Yeah.
All right. Good morning, sir. Good morning. How you doing?
All right, sir. How about yourself, man? I'm
Oh, it's a
blessed. I'm
beautiful,
blessed.
beautiful morning. It's a little
Yeah.
chilly down here, but it's all right. It's still
Yeah.
no snow. I'm pretty sure our weather probably a little bit better now today, but hey, that's how it is sometimes.
right.
What jersey you got there today, sir?
I got on Clyde Drexler Houston jersey. Start my March Madness wearing jerseys on Saturday now.
Okay, so that's University of Houston.
Yes, sir.
All right, all right. Well, that's good because we got a little Houston prediction later on today for who they play. So that's going to fall right into. We got a nice number 1 and 14, I think, matchup. Houston is playing against Kansas.
Yeah.
So that's looked to be a good game. So we're going to give a prediction for that one a little later. So, hey, look at that. Look at that. We didn't even discuss that. It just came on out that way. Of course, we got to
Yeah.
start with Happy International Women's Day. To all the ladies out there, I try to put a sports edition on the page, but for whatever reason, it got on there, but it wouldn't show up right. It just kept showing the logo. It wouldn't show the film. So you got to actually click on it. Sometimes you got to take the extra step. It's easier just to see it, even though Facebook and Instagram have a nice little. They work together since they own each other. I don't know who owns who or who gets more press, but for some reason that video didn't want to relay to the other side. But it's there. It's there. I didn't want anybody to think we gave up on International Women's Day. But as promised from last week, we're gonna start our topic of the week with MLB season being here. MLB season is here. We're gonna go over the National League East, Central, and West. We're gonna go over last year's records and see if we can figure out which team is going to be the prohibitive favorites in our opinion. And if our opinion mean anything, we're gonna go back and look at this.
Right.
Like we did for football and see how far we got. Did we do basketball like that? I don't think we did basketball like that. Did we? We might have. I have to go back.
I think we just
I
did
know we
football.
did a preview, but I don't know if we said what place they're gonna find themselves in.
Right.
I think that's what happened. So we need to be because we gotta make sure we stay consistent. We did it with football, and make sure next year we do it with basketball. We're gonna definitely do it here with baseball. We're gonna start in the National League East. We have the Braves, the Phillies, the Marlins, the Mets, and the Nationals. Let's see. Let me see if I can get the playoffs back up here. Let's see. And where did it go? Okay, I got regular season, and let me see if I can find the playoffs real quick. Let's see here. But the regular season was as such. We had the Braves, Phillies, Marlins, Mets, and Nationals in that order. Braves with I think National League best record of 104-58, and the Rockies had the worst record at 59-103. Let's see. Let's start in what is that? What did I just say that was? That in the East? No, not in the National.
West, I believe.
National League East. Braves. Do you think okay? So okay. Braves been good for years. They traditionally been good over the last 30, 40 years, quite honestly. Since they got a player from Detroit, was the Smoltz. Ever since they got traded for Smoltz. And we didn't know the kid was going to be that good, but they took a chance on him. And ever since then, they've been doing very, very well. And Phillies last year, they went to the National League Championship and lost to who did they lose to? Who played in the World Series? I forget. It'll come to me in a second. But they I remember putting up the post for the Philly people and how the Philly people was going out the stadium.
Yes.
That was outrageous. That's the reason why I remember the Phillies played in the National League Championship Series. I'm hoping that Phillies actually make it this year because a good buddy of mine, Mr. A, he's a Phillies fan, and he's from the state of Pennsylvania. He cheered for both teams, but he's a Phillies fan. He likes the Pirates, but he's a Phillies fan. So I'm praying for that they make it this year because I know he was cutting up a little bit around the house, and the missus probably had to wag the finger at him and tell him to be quiet. All right, let's give it to the people. Who you think? What you think? Who you think is going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4? We got Braves, Phillies, Marlins, Nets, and Nationals.
I think it's gonna repeat the same way.
Same way, okay.
Yeah.
What am I over here?
Yeah, Ronald Cool, Ronald Cool Jr. back. They gonna probably go the same way like it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, because Florida not gonna be nothing. And who was the last one you said? You said it was it's probably gonna repeat that same 4 way.
I'm gonna say Phillies, Braves, Marlins, Nets, Nationals. I'm just gonna reverse the top two.
Man. Yeah, it could that now. That's possible. It could go flip flop.
As you can see, I'm taking notes, so I can make sure we have this for perpetuity when we go to look back at it to say how close we were. All right, so I got Phillies. So you want to stay with what you had before, or you want to go with any changes?
We'll go with the Braves, the Phillies, the Marlins, and the Nationals.
And Mets last?
It should be only 4 teams, right?
It's 5.
Oh, 5, yeah. The Mets last, yeah. They ain't been good since Doc.
Uh-oh. You got to bring them back. Those internet gremlins, they love to mess with us. We're going to do a deep dive, and IT had them come check out what's going wrong with us, why they keep messing with us every week. It's all right. Felix will be back. Give me the opportunity to say don't click like, and don't forget to click like, click share. Let everybody know that Felix and I are on this morning, and we are talking about baseball. Right now, we are previewing the National League. We just gave our predictions for the East. Now we're going to go to the Central. We have the Brewers, Cubs, Reds, Pirates, Cardinals. That's how they finished last year. Let's see, in that record with Brewers with the best record at 92-70. The Cardinals, for the first time in forever, last place is 71-91. I see that. I see some changes coming. Probably the most changes will be in the National League Central. And I like this year. I like to see. I think the Reds. I think it's going to be Reds, Cardinals, Pirates. Reds, Cardinals, Pirates. Brewers, Cubs. That's my prediction. Reds, Cardinals, Pirates. Reds, Cardinals, Pirates. Reds, Cardinals, Pirates. Brewers, and then Cubs. That's how I see it.
Okay.
Welcome back, sir.
Yeah. The connection was lost.
All right. We going on to Central now. And we got the Brewers, Cubs, Reds, Pirates, and Cardinals. Last year, the Cardinals were in last place for the first time forever, and the Brewers were in first place in 92-70. The Brew Crew, who at some point were in the American League back in the day. So it's always so confusing to see the Brewers in the National League. But hey, they've always make changes, like in hockey. When the Wings went from the East to the West, and they've been having trouble with it ever since.
Right.
So I think that's a good analogy. Let's see here. Good morning, Automobile Server. I think that's Kenneth, Mr. Hobby. I think that's you. Good morning, sir. We got Steven saying, do I see Honolulu and blue Kool-Aid? No, sir. Before we start that argument, that's the old Houston jersey for college for Clyde. We're not going to start arguing too early this morning. Tigers for World Series, baby.
You already want to start already, man. We ain't even
it's early,
20 minutes into the show.
It's early. It's all right. That's what we're here for. That's what we do. We get to have some fun. All right, sir. What are your prediction for this season for the National League Central?
Now say them teams again. You said who?
Brewers, Cubs, Reds, Pirates, Cardinals.
Brewers, Reds, Cubs, Cardinals, and Pirates. Wait a minute. Brewers, Reds.
I think you're talking about your bank behind you with the Lions head on it. He's talking about that.
Man, that's going in the trash, man. I just ain't had a chance to throw it in the dumpster. That was a gift, Mr. Harris. You know what? That's a toss-up because the Reds they were kind of good with the one guy. He came out of nowhere. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna leave it like it is. I'm gonna say it's gonna repeat. I'm gonna leave it like it is. Because
Okay.
I want to say I want to put the Reds second, but then I don't know because my man might. I'm gonna leave it like it is. Always go follow your first man. I'm gonna leave it like it is. I think it's gonna repeat the same way it is.
All right. Out west, arguably the toughest conference in baseball. We got the Dodgers, Diamondbacks, Padres, Giants, and Rockies. Let's see here. Their record last year was Dodgers led them at 102 and 62. Rockies had the worst record at 59 and 103. And we're right behind it. We had three teams within 5 games of each other. With Diamondbacks at 84 and 78, Padres at 82 and 80, and the Giants at 79 and 83. So they were pretty close down the stretch. And Dodgers and the Diamondbacks played in the Dodgers won the league, and the Diamondbacks were the wild card team. Okay. So how you like this one coming out?
See, the Dodgers going, like I told you before, they good for the regular season. Then the postseason comes, man, and then I feel bad for Shandi Ohante. I do. I feel bad for him because you should have stayed with the Angels. Because you about to, man, watch. It's gonna be so much pressure on him with the pay and the build-up. He can't, man, the last time they won it was the year the Lakers won it in the bubble. You know what I'm saying? Which was apparent to the same year that the tragedy when we lost Kobe Bryant. They not gonna do nothing, man. You think about to pay this man all this money, and when they don't make it, they're gonna blame him, and that's gonna be the messed up part. That's why he should have stayed in Anaheim. He shouldn't have left. Should have just rolled it out, man.
I think he should stay in Anaheim. For my personal reasons, I want to see Anaheim do well. I like the Anaheim Angels. There's just something about saying in Anaheim. I like that. I like that. The Angels being out there, but they couldn't afford him. At the end of the day, they really should have traded him when they had the chance, so they could have got some value back in return. I wish they'd have done that part of it, because he had already pretty much said he was ready to go. And at least said, unless you put something around me where we can win better, I'm going to go. Right. So they had already made their mind up that they weren't going to do that. So at that point, they really should have just, found somebody who would have done that. But Dodgers, they wanted to wait, but Anaheim got nothing in return. Basically, what I'm saying. I wish they did it sooner. Where if you're going to lose, try and gain some in return. Try and get you. Everybody want to get a Grant Hill. Get you to Grant Hill. Well, Grant Hill say, "Hey, I'm going to leave, but we're going to do the sign and trade. I'm not just going to leave you hanging." So that's the only thing. I wish he did that. Seriously, when Grant Hill left, he said, "Hey, I'm going. It's a done deal, but I'm not going to leave you guys high and dry." And because of that, that led to them winning the championship. Okay. Ben Wallace was the first building block.
Wow. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
All right, so you're going to keep it the same?
Yeah, I'm going to keep it the same.
All righty. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with the Dodgers, Padres, Diamondbacks, Giants, Rockies. That's what I'm going to go with.
That's another team that got potential and don't do nothing with it. The Padres.
Yep. I think they're going to take a step in the right direction this year.
Nah, man, because they going to. It's all about Tatis. And it's just you can't win with one guy. Like Bill Lambert said, Michael Jordan and the Jordaners. You can't win. Tatis, yes, he's a great talent, but he can't stay healthy. Last year he missed like 70-some games, wrist surgery. The year before that he was hurt. Then he went out and signed Manny Machado, man. Nah, they're not going nowhere, man.
All right, let's see here. Steve said Tigers in the World Series. Well, we're gonna talk about that next week. We're gonna do the American League next week, sir. Is it a possibility? Yes. Right
Man,
now everybody it's 30 teams. Every team got a chance right now to go to the World
no, they
Series.
do not. No, they do. Don't lie to the people that's watching. No, they do not. They couldn't go to the World Series if they was playing themselves. No, man, don't do that, man. Don't do it. No, listen to me, Steve Harris. We're good friends. No, they're not going to the World Series. This is not
Let's go down.
1984.
Let's table that
This
till
is
next
not
week.
1984. This is not 2006. No, they're not going to the World Series. No, sorry. No, they'll go like me and you go and watch it, but they won't be playing it. No, don't lie.
Let's table that. That's good talk. Let's just table that for another week. All right, don't forget to click like, click share. Don't forget to get the book. There we go. There we go. Great Miss Journey every day.
I'm gonna work on colors next
week. The Wiz and Liz and I. He gives good direction and he listens well on the other side. We want to make sure we give him his proper due and thank him because this show is actually his brainchild. He came to us about 3 years ago and said, "Hey, I want to add a sports show to the Love and Stuff family, and can you do it?" If you know anybody who knows Marcus, it's hard to tell that man no. But he put out a feeler to about 10, 12 of us, and then Felix and I were the two that said yes, and we've been going strong for the last about 3 years, going on 3 years, a little over 3 years. So we want to make sure
3 years. I've been working with you for 3 years.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, we need to talk with negotiations. Man, I ain't get my agent on the phone.
From nothing to nothing.
Years. I've been doing this for 3 years. Hey, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm calling my agent as soon as this show over with, man.
I'm gonna say it again. How we gonna go from nothing to nothing?
I mean, I didn't think I could be a guest on Matlock or Three's Company or something. Give me something, man. Just saying. Hey, look, I ain't called my agent because this vaping contract is about to be up, man. Yeah, call my agent.
Well, that's the thing. If anybody out there, you got a restaurant, you wanna advertise on the show, you wanna give us a shirt to wear. Just let us. We talk about it. We work it out. We give you a nice, good rate. We'll come in. We can do commercials at your place. We'll come in and preview your food. We can be the next best chime time and put you right here on the show, just for a nominal fee. We won't charge you a lot. But it'd be good. We'll take good care of you. Just come on in. You see how they got the whole little side over there for the people talking? We can put you on the side just like that. We can put your company. We can put your face right on there, just like this. You can just come on. It's all right. We love you. We not turning anything down unless it's X-rated. Everything else, come on over.
Hey, that's him speaking the X-rated part. I'm in. That's him. I'm in.
It's a Christian show.
I'm in. At 49, I'm in. I ain't retired. What Fred Sanford? What Lamont tell Fred? You a dirty old man, and I'm gonna be one till I'm a dead old man.
All letters and inquiries, make sure you send that to Felix Holmes.
Right, Esquire 1.
All right, let me go move over to NFL. Much like we talked about a couple weeks back, no Russell Wilson back in Denver. I really didn't think he's going to be. I don't think he's going to come back to the league at all. Quite honestly, they're saying that
it's over.
I think it's over. I know they say they talk about him going to Pittsburgh. And I made the analogy of Donovan McNabb. He left Philly. He went to Chicago. Then he went to Washington. He might go. That might be his next stop. What might be Pittsburgh, but it'll probably be his last. I'm not saying his skills. I don't think his skills have eroded. I just don't think that the people have the confidence in him to win the games like they did in the past. And that goes by fast.
And you know what's funny about that? It's not funny because you got Paul Hackett. You got Paul Hackett fired, right? That was the coach at Denver, right? You got him fired after 1 year. 2 years later, you're out the door, but the coach that's there now. So you see how karma come back? Mm-hmm. That's messed up, man. But
it go further than that. It goes back to where he was complaining about being in Seattle, how they wasn't treating him right, they wasn't doing right, and at the end of the day, Pete Carroll was protecting him. Okay, we gonna
Well,
run this.
Pete Carroll is someone to blame too because he shielded him. We
Yeah,
thought he was better than what he was, and he wasn't. But you know why we thought he was better than what he was? Because he won the championship, right? That's what you play for, to win a Super Bowl. But
yes.
But when he did the dumbness he did against the New England Patriots, if he would have audible and just gave the ball to my man, he'd have been a 2-time Super Bowl champ.
That I'll accept. I will say it wasn't his play call, but I would have audible that. I'd have gotten the huddle, see it, the coaches play. I'd have got to that line of scrimmage, looked over those linebackers, and ran that audible. I still would have. I would have ran the play and just gave it the ball to Marshawn. Okay, y'all run your route. I still would have handed the ball to Marshawn and told him to go. But hey, that's
I don't think Pittsburgh is a good fit neither.
I don't either. I don't.
I think maybe I'm gonna say, as somebody said this, I'm gonna say it might be Oakland. It might be the Raiders. It might be the Raiders because you got a premier tight end.
Mm-hmm.
You got a premier receiver. Your running backs is kind of the only thing that's shaky is the defense. That's the only thing that's shaky. The only thing that's shaky. But he better. I would take him over Jimmy G, porn star Jimmy. I take him over. Yeah. I take him over porn star Jimmy. But then see, you still in the thing. You still in the West. You're still in the conference with Denver. So what are you going to get up every time because you got to see Denver twice. You go. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, you go to Denver and Denver comes to LA. I mean, they come to Vegas. So that would be probably the most fitting.
Because didn't they let their running back go at in Vegas?
You talking about Jacobs?
Yeah, I think they're going to be a free agent.
I think he ended up leaving. Yeah.
So
because they was talking about Saquon to go there too.
Yeah, Saquon. That's right. Okay.
And I think his time is gone.
Well, unfortunately, running backs only have a certain amount of mileage on those knees and on those legs, and when it's time, it's time. They may still can run a 4.5 40, but game speed is not there anymore.
Man.
Yeah. And that's what happens. So I don't know. I personally don't think Russell Wilson will be back next year. That's my thought.
You think he'll be in the booth?
I think he'll be in the booth, or he'll be at IMG Academy as a special coach.
It's 30, but it's 32 teams. You telling me 32 teams? No, man, but then okay. I'm gonna say yeah because they brought Cam back. And everybody said Cam was damaged goods. And they brought Cam back. He went from New England, and then he went back to Carolina, and then that was the end. I think I'm going to say yeah. And then even when Aaron went down, the Jets even thought about bringing him in. So I'm going to say 32 teams, he got a chance. You got Minnesota. It's a team out there.
They're already begging what's his name to come back.
Cousins?
They begging Cousins to come back. They better bring Cousins back. They better not mess with that. They have 4 quarterbacks after him. 4 like Moses. They need to bring Cousins back to Minnesota.
And probably the best one was my man. Because Dobbs was trash, and then the other guy was trash, and then the guy that lit the Lions up for 800 yards, that probably was the best one.
Yeah, the last one, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I had a special place for the NASA guy, for the rocket scientist. But he couldn't read the defense. He had the one game. He had the 1.5 games, and that was it for him. Was Dobbs? There's Dobbs, yeah.
Yeah, Dobbs.
Yeah. Stephen Harris say Santa Strip to the Lions. I know you want to talk about the draft, brother. We gonna get there. We just gotta let it play out a little bit. We still got to get through the pro days. We still got to get through some of the more behind the scenes stuff in NFL. But I promise you, Stephen, we gonna talk about the draft. I promise you. We gotta get through college basketball and all that fun stuff. And we're gonna dedicate a whole big segment to the draft, especially since we're working on being down there and hosting the draft show.
You working on being down there. I'm not going there, man. And then you notice all his comments always tied to the Wolverines. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I have.
You notice that all his comments is something to do with Ann Arbor. Man, would you stop? Please.
Yeah, that's how I feel. At least he's consistent.
Yes, he is consistent. Yes, he is. He is consistent. I will give him that. But
Speaking,
that draft, no, I ain't going down there, man. I already got a letter telling me don't come down there.
we get you a police escort. Don't worry. Speaking of the draft, we have the new 40-yard dash record by set Mr. Xavier Worthy from the Texas Longhorns. He ran a 4.12 40-yard dash, and yeah, he was moving. He was moving. But my question is, will that translate into catches? Will that translate into actual plays on the field? And historically, has it translated into catches and plays on the field? Those high speed guys.
It depends on who he go to, right? Because he could go to the Cardinals and be all that go out the window, or he could go somewhere like the Packers, right?
Right.
And he can move out the kid who came out of Michigan State. That's one of the top receivers. So speed, you can't coach speed, right? But you can coach catching ability and hands and the way to grasp the football. But I mean, the last person that ran something like that was what? Bo Jackson and Dion.
Mm-hmm.
So, one play running back, one play cornerback, one play punt return. So yeah, it all depends.
Okay. All right. I wish the young man luck. He probably wasn't on a lot of people's draft boards, but his name is in the room now. He on the board now. Whether or not somebody take him or not, take a chance on him. And when you do something like that, or like a lineman go in and do 50, 20, 25 push-up, reps or something like that, that puts you on the map. That let people look at you and put you in a different stratosphere because of what you did. Thank you, Steve. He said he is a homer, and you got to respect the speed. Yeah, you got to respect the speed from Mr. Worthy. All right, we're going to move over really quickly to the NBA, but once again, don't forget to click share. Don't forget to get the merch. We got merch as always. We got let's see here. We got merch. I want you to make sure please join our Facebook page, a group. Thank you for the people who continue to grow that for us. And we're very, very grateful that we get the chance to do what we do every week. And we are on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. So just go to my name on any of those. Around this time, you can see it. Tell people, your friends out there. I've had colleagues say, "Hey, I saw your show, man. You guys have a lot of fun on there." People that I never thought would have mentioned it to me, just kind of say, "Hey, I saw you out there. You're doing a good job." So just keep letting people know, and so we can continue to grow. And because we got a good brand here, we're gonna make sure we do our best to keep bringing you guys good shows. And we are now moving into the NBA. We got the Pistons now at 10-52. They still not the last team in the league. Washington Wizards are 10-53, and the next team that are 13-49. I think it was it was. Let me make sure I'm correct when I say this. I think it was the San Antonio Spurs. But let me make sure. Let me pull that up really quickly so I'm not saying anything incorrectly.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Me too.
San Antonio Spurs, that's right. Then next we got the Portland Trail Blazers, and then after that, the next worst record is Charlotte. And so there we go. And I was kind of excited to see that they beat Brooklyn over there the other day, and hopefully, like I said, I think that in one way or another, that whole Brooklyn debacle, not Brooklyn, but Knicks fiasco has kind of jump-started them a little bit. You can see it in the way they play. You can see it in their intensity. It's almost like, they got the Rodney Dangerfield now. They don't get no respect, so they go out and play a little bit harder. And we got LeBron reaching 440,000 points over his long, illustrious career. What's this year? 19 for him? What is it? 18 and 19?
21. 21st.
Yeah, 21. Good.
They came in 2003. He was a class of 2003. He the only one left out that class.
Yeah.
It was him and D Wade, but then D Wade and Carmelo, and then,
Let me do some of this public school math real quick. That boy average. Is that right? 19,000 points a year. Is that right? 1904.1.76 a year.
You
I'm gonna do my public school math right.
say your math ain't mathing.
Either way, he got 40,000 points. So congratulations to that young man. And this with this in the spirit of International Women's Day, I put out on the page, since we're doing the baseball as the main topic, we have any secondary topics you want to discuss. I'll let the woman discuss. I let a young lady, I should say, excuse me, decide this week's topic by Lamita Parker Smith, and her topic was what's going on with Michigan basketball since the Wisconsin fight. That she said they have not been the same since Juwan hit that coach in the side of his head. I had to think about that. I hadn't thought about it like that, but that's about right. It seemed like they started to take the plunge a little bit after they did that. Now, I'm a Spartan, don't get me wrong. This was given, she is a Michigan fan. So she's saying, what's wrong with my team? And how come they ain't played so well since that Wisconsin fight? And that's kind of been right. But you got to look at it from a holistic area. Now, what has happened since then? They've had some guys go to the NBA, some of the talent. This year they have all their starters are grad school kids who graduated from other schools and playing at Michigan now. So they know how to play, but the cohesiveness isn't exactly there. You watch them there, and you watch them play together, and they got skills, but the cohesiveness isn't exactly there, and the defensive commitment also isn't exactly there. What are your thoughts on that, sir?
The talent has left the room. Hunter Dickinson transferred and went to Kansas. Jet Howard left early, declared for the draft. His other son is there. What's the other kid's name? They haven't been good really since Bonds Wagner. So it's the program has took a backspin because he's not getting the players. Nobody wants to go to play at Michigan, right? But when the guy who left to go coach Cleveland, when he was there, he brought a whole different brand. He brought a whole different dynamic. Juwan, that Fab Five stuff was only going. The sizzle made the lights that wore out. It's not attractive no more. It's not sexy no more. So that's basically what it is.
Somewhere between the talent not being there and people not want to play for Michigan / or Juwan Howard. I would say more Juwan Howard more so than Michigan. Michigan, if they believe it or not, like we hate to say it, and they say it all the time. Michigan sells itself. It really does. Even though it's a cold weather school, the facilities are there. They've improved the facilities. Chrysler Arena isn't the greatest place to play in, but the practice facility is in the locker room. They've upgraded some of those things over there. Michigan sells itself. So plus, he's been sick. He was out, and the book is out too. A lot of coaches are like, "Do you really want to play for this guy?" Because he one swing away from not even being there. So, there are a lot of ways that hurts recruiting as well. So, it's always best when Michigan and Michigan State are good at the same time. Because the 2 previous years before that, when they were battling back and forth, it was beautiful. They were pretty much still splitting against each other. State hadn't won in Michigan down in Ann Arbor in like 5 or 6 years. So that's what you want. Just like Tobacco Road, you got NC State, Duke, and North Carolina all there. When all three of those programs are strong, it's best for the ACC and for that area. So that's so we want to have that here as well. So hopefully we can hopefully they can get themselves back on track relatively quick. And the question to me is, the next big question is he coming back next year?
I think they give him another year because, like you said, he was sick, right? He just battled the little heart procedure or whatever. So yeah, I think they give him another year. But this coming season, this will be it. If they went to bed this coming season, he's out of there.
I think he stays.
That's what I'm saying. I believe he comes back for one more year. I believe.
Here's my reason. Michigan's a football school. So
Correct.
if basketball is relevant, that's a plus. It's not if they're relevant, and like some schools. If you're looking at Alabama now, basketball and football have been premier for the last good 4 or 5 years,
Correct.
and that's what they want down there. Auburn, same thing. Tennessee basketball, whether they want to believe or not, has been carrying them a little bit more probably in football lately. So
Yes.
you look at it from the SEC side. Big Ten want to compete with the SEC. You want both programs to be strong. But at the end of the day, football is king at Michigan. So if they're not that good, as long as they're not embarrassing, they're not going to really care.
I mean, this year they were pretty embarrassing.
They're embarrassing. So, but I think he still sticks around.
I'd say one more year. We got one more.
Yeah. All righty, we're gonna go ahead and move forward to our next topic. Don't forget, once again, click like, click share, and let people know that you are here. Say hello if you're here with us today. You don't have to necessarily jump in on the topic. Just let us know you're here. Give us a like, give us a smile or some kind of emoji on all of the platforms, so we can at least say hello to you when we go back and review everything. It's another beautiful day here. No matter where you are, it's definitely a great day. No matter what the weather, if you have the ability to log into us, you're doing something right. So thank you for that. We're gonna jump into. We have the MLB a little bit. We're gonna talk about the Tigers. Tigers are 7-7 with a 4-3 loss yesterday to the Orioles. And we talked about National League. We'll talk about, of course, our hometown team. Let's see how well. I want to see. Do they have an opportunity, yes, to make the playoffs this year? Of course, we're gonna get a little bit more into that. They're down in Florida / Arizona, having some fun under the sun. But let's talk about the Red Wings. They are 24-6 with 72 points, fourth place, 18 points behind the Bruins. They are in the middle of a 4-game losing streak after winning like 4 or 5 in a row, so they just kind of even themselves out. They were small players at the deadline, traded away for it. Clem Costin, clearing $2 million from his cap from the ledger for next season. And I think Eisman is pretty satisfied by what he has now, because like I said, once again, if the season were to end right now, they would be a playoff team. They would be a wild card team in the playoffs, and they do have a good enough team to possibly win at least a first round game. Win in the first round. Win the 4 games in the first round. So I think it's a good move by Eisman to open some things up. So next year, going into the off season, to go out and get a big name player for the Red Wings. What do you think, sir?
So they were. You know what? I don't know what's up with Stevie. Stevie is Stevie, right? I don't know what's in Stevie's mind. Stevie might have just said, like you said, I think we good with what we got. But then you just lost Larkin again. He's going for a significant amount of time. So I don't know. I don't know about Mr. Stevie. But he's a proven champion, so who knows?
And he's already built himself a winning program in Tampa, and they're still winning from what he's set up over there. So let's just hope that they give him we be patient enough here with him to get us where we need to be. We are in a position right now to make the playoffs. So that's be the first time in what, almost 10 years, is it? 12 years, something like that. So maybe we're back on the upswing again. So I would say yes, because we're definitely playing better than what we were before. Because before 2 years ago, we were talking about how much they stunk. Last year we were talking about it was a possibility that they could make it. This year we're talking more along the lines of they should make it. So these are incremental steps that they're making, and they're also playing in a tough division in hockey.
Right.
They're definitely playing the toughest division. So it's let me get the standings up. They are in the Atlantic. They're in the Atlantic division, and which is on that side. They're in definitely the toughest part, the toughest division in hockey. They're in the They're in the East where they won before they were in the West,
Right.
and so it makes it a little bit tougher where they are now. They're playing. I think was it 4 of the 5, 4 to 6 original 6, including themselves. So yeah, it's a little bit tough on where they are. So hey, of course we're gonna still continue to wish them luck. Can they do it? Yes, they can. They're gonna keep pushing forward towards it. And so now we're gonna jump into women's sports. We got a lot of things with women's sports going on here, and some great games last night. I don't know if you got to see the USC game going to double overtime. We're going to first start with Caitlin, the all-time leading scorer in women's basketball. And I like the coverage. She's pretty much been ordained player of the year. It's going to come out. I already know what's going to happen, just like they did last year. We talked about that last week for Angel, but I don't have a problem with it because she's been out there playing well. She's right now they're the number 2 seed in the Big Ten tournament. And they play today, this afternoon, for the right to play for the championship on Sunday because Ohio State got upset by Maryland. I think that just helps Iowa to try and win the Big Ten tournament. So they would not have won the Big Ten regular season. That was Ohio State, but they will have won the Big Ten tournament. So that'll be something. Hopefully something for them on the trophy case. I like to see Maryland win it myself since Maryland beat Ohio State, beat the champion. But I think they talk about her like she's the greatest, but she really ain't won much. She's put some points up, but did they win the Big Ten championship last year? I think they did win the Big Ten championship last year.
I believe so, yeah.
But you got to win. You got to take the grand prize before they can put her in the grades. You got to win it.
They're not doing that because it's just a one player team. If you box and won her and in that shot not falling, they don't have nobody that can step up to say, okay, Caitlin, I got it. The one we seen that when Ohio State beat them. Yeah. So what happens if they run into South Carolina in the Final Four, or they run into LSU with Kim Mulkey and them? And it's gonna be the same result. Go ahead and let it. Once again, it's the Bill Laimbeer with Michael Jordan. Yeah, the Jordanaires. Let her have hers. We're going to see what the rest of these other 4 do. And they're not going to do nothing. And they're going to go home again.
Okay. All right.
That's why if I was her, I would come back. Come back. Make all the money from the NIL. Come back and then be good with it. That's what I would do. The WNBA ain't going nowhere. It's growing. It's not like it's declining. It's growing. You come back, of course, you're going to be the number 1 pick. You're going to probably go to Indiana. You're going to get paired with Aaliyah Boston. Who you think the ball going to go through? Aaliyah Boston. It's not going through you. That's why I said, come back. You'll be the number 1 pick again. Well, it'll be a little bit tougher because Juju will still be there and Paige Becker and all of them will still be there. So, yeah. And then if Angel Reese don't leave, Angel Reese will still be there. But come back.
I'm Angel. I'm staying. I make too much money.
Come back and take you some home economic classes or whatever. Sandwich making 212, whatever you want to take. Right, come on, man.
Wine tasting 101.
Right,
that's a real class.
Etiquette 230.
That is a real class. At Michigan State University, there's a wine tasting class. It's a secret. It's almost like a secret, but on Friday nights, they have a good time. Believe me. Something on too. All right. Thank you, Mr. Ketta. Can't always be the bridesmaid, got to be the bride. I think she's saying Caitlin got a winship. I think she's agreeing with that. All right. Las Vegas Aces, for the first time in WNBA history, have sold out their season ticket allotment. So that's the first time ever. They are the defending champions, and they're bringing pretty much everybody back.
Two-time defending champions, right?
2 times, second in a row. Okay, my bad. Yeah. 2-time defending champion, Las Vegas Aces. But it's going to be a little tougher because the one young lady who was in Arizona, she's now in Seattle with the Storm, and I think they're going to make it a little bit tougher for them. So I like the Las Vegas Aces. They got Becky Hammond over there. She's not afraid to speak her mind or to start a controversy or end it or be in the middle of it. So Becky Hammond say, but I still say, but to me it's a possibility she might leave. I hate to say that because, maybe at the end of the season, she's probably gonna get through the season. She probably gonna go to Brooklyn. That's my thought.
The Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah. No. Yeah, the Nets. Yeah, the Nets. Yeah, she'll go to the Nets.
So she's gonna get rid of Kevin Holly?
What are you doing over there? He holding place.
Is he better than Jock Vaughn?
I can't say that. He ain't been there long enough. Jock Vaughn got fired. So, you got to.
Okay. Is he better than Steve Nash? Because Steve Nash got replaced by Jock Vaughn. Jock Vaughn got replaced by Kevin Holly. Kevin Holly, you saying, might get replaced by Becky Hammond.
Why? Here's why. I think Kevin Holly got that by default, not because they necessarily wanted to give it to him. Jock Vaughn brought in Ollie. Your boy, take care of your boy. But we're gonna see. I'm not saying that Kevin Holly's a good coach. He won the championship in UConn. So are we gonna see?
He started the program.
Steve Nash? Yeah. Let's see. I could probably do better than Steve Nash because at least I know not to go take a job that nobody wanted me to take. That's the first thing I would do. So
look what he had though. When Steve Nash,
if you don't offer me millions like that, I go and take a pocket.
Look at the core of the team Steve Nash had. Steve Nash had Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. They traded for James Harden, and then you had my man, the dude with his back, Simmons. So he had. Look at the talent.
He had talent. He had talent. Mm-hmm. There we go. It ran away again. They had the talent over there in Brooklyn. I agree, but you had I hate to say it, but head cases. That's the best way to put it. Head cases. All righty. We're going to jump down to conference tournament. Maryland upsets Ohio State. So that's why I said I want Maryland to win it all. If you can take down the number one team, I hope Maryland takes the Big Ten tournament. Let's see here. The SEC, I was trying to get the update on that tournament. They got 2 games today for their championship tomorrow. Last night, did you see the double overtime win? USC over UCLA. Juju put up 33.
She put up 33.
Put up 33 last night. But here's why they won the game, in my opinion. In the first overtime, she hurt her ankle. Okay. They pretty much had to carry her off. They took her back in the back of the locker room. She come running back out the tunnel. And all of a sudden, her teammates went from, we're going to be all right, to and right after that, it was over with. They jumped on UCLA.
You know what's weird about that story? That the women's basketball team is better than the men's basketball team, and they got LeBron James on the thing. Ain't that something? They don't even talk about the men basketball. They talk about Juju Watkins. I told you, Monica from Love and Basketball. That's crazy, man. That is unbelievable.
That's true. They talk about. You're right. They talk about the girls.
Wow.
But UCLA, they hadn't beaten UCLA this season until last night. The tournament's in Vegas, and they hadn't beaten them before last night. And I can see why. They dumped the ball to that big girl. 2 dribbles, she landed up. The only thing you can do is this. And she go right over the top of you. And so I can see why, UCLA had been beating USC. And so they play Stanford on Sunday. They have a daybreak. On Sunday, it's going to be on ESPN. I want to say at 2 o'clock Eastern. So get ready for that game. Ketta said gave her that Karate Kid 2-hand rub.
Oh, yeah. And then, Mr. Miyagi, right.
And I was like, out there like wasn't nothing wrong with her. She went from literally in tears. All right. Felix is back. We're going to take a quick pause for the calls, and we jump into Stupid Sports News. First thing we're gonna jump into, we're gonna talk about a little bit of boxing. A little bit of boxing. And last night, Joshua knocking out Ngannou. Anthony Joshua and Antoine, something like that. The first name starts with A. And so he punched that kid in the second round, knocked him out. He already knocked him down in the first round. In the second round, he got that first knockdown. He was just Kamau shot. Because I'm watching the fight. I didn't know. I got to see the replay. It was at night in Saudi, which is afternoon evening for us. And Ngannou, he has his lead hand, he has his blocking hand turned like this as he used to be in UFC. So he's like in a striker's position. But that leaves a lot of space in here open for that jab because these hands hit it. I don't know if you see my hands close enough. Yeah. So this is his blocking hand. Instead of here like he boxing, he's doing this with the lead hand out here. Like UFC. And as soon as I saw it, I said, that's why he got knocked out. His hand position is way out of proportion. So if you got this hand facing this way in the striker's position, and this one as your lead, like you in UFC, almost like you tricking a little kid. Next you know, he got hit right in the face. He went right over the top. He just looked at it, boom, with the straight right, and he went down. It was a fight. That was the whole fight. So I understand him, the guy you want to go from UFC to boxing. Big name, big draw, make some money, but you got to be ready. He basically in there dressed like his UFC, except for the boots. He got the bike, the compression shorts up under with the little strips of material over the top, like he in UFC. I'm like, no, brother. I'm looking at him like, you making a mockery out of this. No wonder he knocked you out in the second round like this. You got to expect more. Did you get to see it at all?
Nah, I sure didn't.
I'll send it to you. This is only 2 rounds.
Okay, go
quickly. Because as soon as he get out there, as soon as I saw his hand, I saw him get knocked out. I saw, the clips was him get knocked out. And so then the replay, they showed the whole replay. As soon as I saw his hands like this, I said, you're leaving too much space. Right. You know when you're a kid, your daddy or your granddaddy say, when you got to fight, you put your hands right here, and you no matter your left hand, keep your hand up. You got to keep your hands up. It's not that his hands was up; they was out of position. You can't fight nobody like this. You're still leaving all that space open. So that's the first thing I saw. I'm not, and you hear something funny? The Michigan State game was so boring that we started talking boxing. All the guys was over at I go to the house every year. The game got to be so boring at some point, so they just started talking about boxing. And I'm thinking, I'm laughing to myself like, at least we got something good to talk about because this game was worth it. So, listen to them guys, I'm not a real big boxing guy like I used to, but it was obvious. Put your hands in the right place, young man. And so I guess why he got a TKO. He on one knee leaning to the side. We go get back. But it was a good fight though for 2 rounds. All right, we also got Jake Paul say they have a contract with Mike Tyson sometime in July down here at Jerry's World. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul gonna fight. Wow. Is that even worth watching?
What is Mike, 57?
Mike's 57.
And what's Jake Paul, 29?
29, 30, something like that, yeah.
Sure. Rocky 9, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea.
George Foreman versus Michael Moorer.
Right, Michael Moorer, yep. That was it. Yeah.
I remember watching that fight. It was on HBO. It was a Friday night. As soon as they got in the ring, I said, Foreman gonna knock this boy out. Because Michael Moorer dancing around trying to be. Nah, Foreman just kept looking at it. Okay, little boy. Okay, little boy. You like your uncle mess with your nephew. See, okay, nephew, you think you got it? I'm gonna get you. That's how Moorer got tagged. But Mike is a whole different animal. You see him training now when he's in there training, he still got it. It's he can't get instead of getting in with the with a Tyson Fury.
Right.
He ain't got it like that no more. But for the most part, he can still throw a punch. Right. So I'm actually gonna watch this. Especially since I can get it on my stream. But I think that I think that Mike can beat him? Yes. But if uh, 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 if uh, if
Jake Paul.
Big Paul is wise enough to dance him around and make him tired, dance around and make and throw a few punches here and there to keep it look good, make it look good, he can
Right.
catch you in the line.
Right.
That would be my thoughts. What's your thoughts, sir?
I think Mike need to hang it up, man. Go on and make what's the name of the movie he made where the bachelor
IP?
who?
Make another IP man?
Yeah, make it, do that.
Did you see Ip Man when he did with the Ip Man movie he made?
Now, what was the movie where they went to Vegas for the wedding or whatever?
Oh yeah. They made two of them when they had the tiger in the room and a little baby. Oh man,
he need to go make another one of those. Leave boxing.
Another
The
one of
boxing days is over, man.
You got to find the Ip Man that got Tyson in it. Ip Man is a great series. The Hangover. That's the name of the movie.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr.
Yes.
You got to see the Ip Man that he did. That's a good movie because they throw some blows in that one. And the whole Ip Man series, they throw some blows. Ms. Kidda said Mike is older, wiser, and is taking this is seriously. I think Mike can take it. I think he can too. But if Jake Paul is smart enough to dance around and tire Mike out and frustrating, he can beat him. You get in the middle of the ring and swing with Mike, but Mike not gonna take the signal like that one football player said when I throw the left up down like the video game, and then I let me knock you out. Mike ain't taking that. It's gonna be a real fight right down the stretch. All right. Last thing is Stupid Sports News and U of M news. Mike Hart is not returning to the coaching staff.
Good.
You take anything with that? Anything significant with that?
Good. Good.
Now, I was joking, but I was serious when I said it a little while back. Mike Hart should have took that FAMU job.
Mike Hart is not a coach, man.
Yeah, he was in line to be the head coach at Indiana.
Mike Hart is not a coach. Mike Hart is a college football player / NFL career ended abruptly because of injuries. Mike Hart is not a coach, man.
So is Kajana Carter, but I still think that he's been in the coaching game 15, 20 years now. I think it's been a good move for him to go down. He's already made good money being at U of M.
Is this on? Mike Hart is not a coach. Just because you played the sport don't make you a coach. And just because you coach the sport don't make you a player. Mike Hart is not a coach. That's why he's not on the sideline at U of M no more. He never was. You running back, I can tell you how to run the hose. That don't mean it because what did Mike Hart do in his 4 years at Michigan? Nothing. Did they beat Ohio State? No. He went 0-4. Mike Hart is not a coach. What did he do in the pros? What did he do for the coach? Nothing.
Well, he coached the first game when Harbaugh was out. He coached the first one.
Mike Hart is not a coach. Say it with me. Mike Hart is not.
Mike Hart should be the coach of FAMU.
Hey, no. No.
That's what that would be.
Mike Hart should be coaching the Oak Park Knights.
Oh Lord.
Did I say something wrong?
Oh Lord. You gonna get me? I'm gonna get some phone calls behind that one. You know, I was the coach over there. I was the teacher over there. I'm gonna get some phone calls.
It's a job, right? I say something wrong. It's a job.
Okay, hold on. Would you rather coach the Oak Park Knights or the West Side Cubs?
Ooh, that's a good one. West Side Cubs. Because what's the name came from the West Side Cubs? The dude that played for Michigan. And then he went down Larry Foote. Larry Foote played for the West Side Cubs.
Mm-hmm.
I say something wrong? I'm just saying. You asked me a question.
I was halfway joking when I said that. But okay. I still think you should have took the FAM job, but maybe you didn't have an opportunity. I would have told my agent, hey, that's where I want to go. I got
West Side Cubs or the Southfield Jayhawks?
I'm not touching either one of them. I'm not making them more.
West Side Cubs. I
got too many friends that go for those programs, and there ain't nobody inboxing me no hate mail. I love all y'all.
They ain't gonna hate mail you, man. It's out 10 Mile and Lash.
Goodwill, Little League football in the city of Detroit. Losing football to Detroit is almost more serious than Detroit Public Schools football. So I'm not messing with that. I love all y'all. I'm not touching that. Hey, sorry how you made the first joke about the West Side Cubs. We're not doing that today. All right, we're going to get out of here. But remember, we got March 16th, same time, same back channel. We got UFC 299 highlighted with O'Malley versus Vera rematch. If I remember, I think O'Malley's the curly hair guy. I got my money on him tonight. Vera, I think he was showing out a little bit too much at the press conference. Sometimes when you show out like that, and that bravado is just it's not exactly the greatest. I like O'Malley. We're gonna get a couple of predictions in. We're gonna start first with the women. I'm sorry, Felix last week was 3-0. I was 2-1, and we're gonna see this first game is for the ladies. USC Stanford. Who you got?
USC. Give me USC 81-79.
81-79. USC. I kind of like Stanford. I like Stanford and something pretty close to that, 77-75. And we got Texas, Oklahoma. The rest of these games, I got games. Texas, Oklahoma. Who you got?
Give me Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah,
what's your prediction?
My man not playing right. My man not playing. He messed his knee up. So give me Oklahoma. It's senior day.
What's your score?
Oh, the score. Oklahoma 63-59.
Oklahoma. It's in Oklahoma. That's why I'm going with Oklahoma. So I'm gonna go 85-77. Oklahoma. We got Kansas, Houston in Houston.
Senior day. Give me Houston. That's why I got the jersey on. They will beat Kansas because Kansas sucks on the road. They'll beat Kansas. They'll win the Big 12 championship. What's the name? I kind of that what's his name? Bill Self. You might be in for it now because Houston then came over to the Big 12. Yeah. And BYU popped KU at KU. Yeah. It's give me Houston 81-69.
Okay.
Yeah, they gonna
right.
Right.
Now I think Houston's gonna be good as long as they keep Bill Sampson there. Sampson maybe got 2-3 years. He a little long in the tooth. He getting a little old, so I don't see him being there that much longer. He almost 80.
He up there. Yeah.
He almost 80. So I'm gonna go with Houston for senior night. I'm gonna go 85-89 or 89-85 Houston. Last but not least, we got Kentucky, Tennessee in the Sea of Orange. Who you got?
No, they go to Tennessee?
Yep.
Ooh, give me Kentucky. Kentucky with the upset, 75-63.
All right. Kentucky. And I'm going to go with I like Rocky Top in this one. I like Rocky Top. It's going to be a low scoring, crazy pace game. I'm going to say 63-59.
Oh, Rick Barnes.
Tennessee, yes. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. We really do appreciate it. We got Love and Stuff, the original show, Tuesday nights at 8:30 Eastern. Dr. V, she has a show on Facebook. Good Reverend Dr. Valencia Edner on Wednesdays, right around noon Eastern. Loving Scriptures, loving music, loving history with Brother Williams. Good Reverend Dr. Williams on 6 o'clock Eastern on Facebook and the like. So check them all out. Thank you, sir, for another great show. We still working on the dating situation. We getting closer to getting some postings up, and thinking about adding women's softball to our show because them girls be out there balling. They be out there hitting the ball and playing, and they play tough. So I think I'm gonna add that to our show if we can squeeze it in because an hour is not a long time, and we don't do commercials, the regular commercials like everybody else. So everybody have a great day. Be safe. See you all next week. And thank you all for coming out today.
All righty, homie.